So thank you for being here. We have some important developments in this case that we want to share with our community. I wish we were here to tell you that we have found Madeline, but we have not found her. Last night, detectives from the Kissimmee Police Department met with Madeline's mother, and they had to tell her the very devastating news that although we have not found Madeline, we are now confident that she is dead. So our efforts will be focused on recovering Madeline.
See everybody, this man right here came to meet a 14-year-old boy off the app Grindr. He is a pedophile in your city. This man right here is a pedophile in your city. Flint, Michigan, wake up. These people are all over.
You guys have steaks here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on, brother. I'm just ordering. Okay. There's one certain steak I wanted to buy. Can you hold on, brother? I'm just on the phone. Sorry. There's one certain steak I wanted to buy. Can you oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Can you just tell me what kind of steak this is? Sorry, man.
What are you doing?
An Instacart delivery driver now jailed after police say he molested a minor at a Publix in Southwest Miami-Dade.
The victim, a 15-year-old girl, and NBC6 reporter Christian Colon is in Miami with the details.
Records state the defendant in this case worked at Instacart. The victim was a worker at Publix. Records go on to say the man forced the child to have sex with him inside the store's parking lot.
Brother, you were talking to my niece like that, who's only 13 years old, Jimmy. Okay. She's 13 years old. I could have already had the police involved here.
Okay, I won't talk to her anymore.
Jimmy, you know what the stuff you said to her, that picture you sent her of your stroking it, you know what that's considered? I am recording this thing for my protection, so you can't tell the cops I touched you. I am being recorded in your restaurant as well, okay? You want to have a chat, Jimmy, here? Come and have a chat before I make it much worse and embarrassing in front of everybody here. I'm not toying around, okay?
Instacart delivery driver Victor Manuel Fernandez facing criminal charges 2 months after police say he molested a child.
So you were arrested for some serious charges.
The victim is a 15-year-old Publix employee. The minor told police on November 4th, after her shift ended, she got into the defendant's car to talk. That's when the man allegedly kissed her and forced her to have sex.
No contact with the victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties, and you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim.
Today, Fernandez ordered to stay away from the child and appointed a public defender after pointing out money trouble.
Do you have any money saved in the bank?
Right now, after today, I don't think so because my car insurance took it off.
What are you doing, Jimmy? And after this, I don't want to order my steak from you because I don't trust you, okay? You came off the bat, I read the whole conversation. This is her device here. She's grounded, okay? You came off the bat and you told her it's against the law. Why did you tell her we can keep it a secret? Just curious why. It's clear you have an attraction to kids.
No, I don't actually. We were talking, and I made that mistake, and
only problem.
I regret making the mistake.
Brother, you sent a video of you stroking
No,
a little kid.
I understand that.
That is against the law.
No, I know that.
A kid should never have
Goodbye,
to be exposed
Jimmy.
to that.
Okay,
You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
You clearly told her you can keep it a secret, and you got very upset, and you sent her like 10 voice notes today, basically asking her for a dirty picture, but you wouldn't say the words. In other words, I know, but in other words, I know what you're referring to. But you were referring to that. Listen, okay, in the court of law, it would be considered you were asking that. Okay.
Dozens and dozens of detectives, crime analysts, and specialized team members have been working nonstop and following up on every single lead and every shred of evidence. Our detectives have determined that Madeline was never dropped off on the morning of February 26th near her school. Instead, we believe she was already dead at the time and that Stephen Stearns moved her body in the early morning hours on that day. We have video evidence that shows Stephen Stearns discarding items in a dumpster in that apartment complex in Kissimmee at 7:35 on Monday, February 26. Detectives later recovered Madeline's backpack and her school-issued laptop from that dumpster. At 8:19, we have evidence that shows Stephen Stearns returning to the complex, and Madeline was visible in that vehicle. We believe she was already dead at that time.
We continue to follow breaking news in Osceola County. The body of 13-year-old Maddie Soto has been found. The Orange County Sheriff's Office just confirmed that news.
Sky Fox is flying over a wooded area along Old Hickory Tree Road. We're told Maddie Soto's body was found near there in a remote area. Fox 35's Stephanie Buffamonte joins us live. And Stephanie, what can you tell us about this heartbreaking development?
Why are black people in jail at higher rates than white people?
That's the question, right? Maybe because they commit more crimes than white people.
But that's not true. It actually is.
They do. So every independent analysis shows that blacks have committed a disproportionate amount of crime. No one wants to say it out loud, but it's true. In fact, in New York, 52% of murders are committed by blacks, 40+% of arson, 60+% of drug deals. And so the question you should really be asking is what drives them to commit crimes? That's the question, right?
So actually, according to the Uniform Crime Report for 2019, black or African American individuals committed only about 1 million crimes, while white people committed about 4 million.
Yeah, so
but that's the proportion.
Yeah, how about the proportion?
There's a lot more white people than black people in the United States.
It's a 60% white country and a 14% black country. So you just proved my point.
Flowers have been left outside a Dudley woman's home as police quiz a man arrested on suspicion of her murder. Sharon Gordon's body was found by worried friends who checked in on her when she failed to go to work. Police were alerted following the tragic discovery on Friday afternoon, July 21st, and quickly sealed off the Bromford Road property. Several bunches of flowers were left outside in tribute to Miss Gordon, who was described as lovely by one neighbour. West Midlands Police revealed a 43-year-old man had been arrested on suspicion of murder. He is currently in custody for questioning.
Sharon Gordon from Dudley was murdered inside her home. Her body was found on Friday the 21st of July 2023 when her friends had not heard from her in several days. She was a hard-working person and also attended church regularly, and this is where she met Peter Norgrove from Sedgley. He was sentenced this week at Wolverhampton Crown Court to 15 years minimum for the murder of the woman that was paying him to build an extension on her home.
A builder who bludgeoned his client to death with a hammer in a row over her new extension has been jailed for at least 15 years for murder. Peter Norgrove killed Sharon Gordon at her home on July the 20th last year. Her daughter, Rhianne Brown, said Norgrove acted like a wolf in sheep's clothing after earning her trust at the church they attended in Dudley. Wolverhampton Crown Court heard he led the Jehovah's Witness service the same night he killed Miss Gordon.
I don't know how the world convinced everyone that black men are the most violent group, are the most aggressive group, are the most criminal. White men have a history of slavery, colonization, terrorism, war. They have a history of this. And somehow black men are the ones that's painted as the villains, and by our own women. You get them? The people that's controlling the black man's image is the black women. And they're the ones going around and saying black men are this, that, and the third, and letting every other ethnic group know that, well, these black men ain't shit. This, that.
White men just come with less bullshit when it comes to dating right now. And all the pick-me's that want to stand up for the black man, this is not me dissing the black man. This is me about to give you some fucking facts. Okay?
Stuff like that. I'm not going to say who I have spoken to, but they're not black men. They're white men. And they've been having discussions with me because of the things that they heard concerning with black men asking questions, okay? And so please do not, I beg you, please, I cannot tell you, I was sworn to secrecy, and I'm putting my hand on the Bible, Lord, however you want to put it, I was sworn to secrecy. Stop talking about slavery. Stop talking about white supremacy. because a lot of things is that for some reason it's like it feeds the black man, and it's really angering those that's outside of our community. And so I don't want you guys to be a target to any of those things, because now there is a video, I think it's in Chicago, where the police came at a disturbance call with a black man and a black woman. And the police came there and had a word with the black man. As soon as the police walked away, the black man, oh God, pull a gun out on the black woman in the hallway. So now they're doing an investigation with the officer. Because when you talk about slavery and white supremacy, white men, the police officers are there. Whatever your political view of the police department, they are there. There's nothing that you can do about it. This is their ecosystem. We are here, and we have to follow what it is, because we don't have a group of men that create their own ecosystem. So we in white man's ecosystem, okay? So they're doing an investigation as we speak.
What I'm starting to figure out is every guy that I attract all look like criminals.
Is that your type, would you say?
I think so. Like they all look like criminals.
So what is it about these criminals that's so attractive
I don't
to you?
know. It's something about a that look like he on his way to jail that just gets me. Like I don't know. It's like if I'm able to just hit you, you're a bitch.
So you want to hem you up? That's what you saying. That's why you picking these jail
No.
to hem your ass up.
No, but I don't want to be able to make you feel like less of a man. If I'm able to make you feel like less of a man, you're not the one.
So you are nigga.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Keep talking.
I will.
Okay.
Fuck away from me, you classic bitch.
You do.
I tell you what.
I'm a stupid to everybody.
Yeah, she is a stupid.
My plate. I'm a stupid
Fix your car. And stop honking at people when you don't need
Shut
to.
your bitch. White men just come with less bullshit when it comes to dating right now. And all the pick-me's that want to stand up for the black man, this is not me dissing the black man. This is me about to give you some fucking facts. Okay?
I take black men too seriously. Like no other group of people are taking like any threats that black men make seriously, because they're not a threat. I guess to the ones that are in proximity to a lot of black men, but those of us that are divested, or not even divested, but leveled up and not even living in proximity to these people, we're not even like worried about the threats that they're making to us, because we see the men who are actually in power and actually who actually have the resources to be an actual threat to the entirety of black people. But black men as a whole, they don't have the power to do that. All we gotta do is call the cops on these motherfuckers. I wish black women would stop saying defund the police, because at this point we need to start using them to get rid of our problems at this point, because they think that I think they think because they're men that like they can, come over. But at this point, I feel like black women are more protected, because we are the ones that hold the money, the purse in this relationship, this fucked up relationship that we have with black men. So we just need to use our resources. That's all I wanted to say.
Why kiss your ass when she can go out with Ross?
Hello.
You know.
Yeah, truly heartbreaking. We are learning that Madeline Soto's body was found right near where I am standing on Hickory Tree Road. And they found her body around 4:30 this afternoon, according to the sheriff's office, in a very wooded area. And a source tells Fox 35 that it takes a couple of miles to get to where her body was found by foot. I want to just show you what it looks like over here right now. You can see we're blocked off at this intersection. A sheriff's office deputy blocking off the area where they say that they found Madeline Soto's body. And now this is Sky Fox video of teams out here searching this area. And this, of course, comes after the Orange County Sheriff John Mina said that he was confident that Maddie was dead and that they were working to find her body. That was the latest we had heard from earlier this afternoon, and now we are getting this heartbreaking update that her body was found.
All right, the first question is if I can get your first and last name and spell them both out for me.
Stephen Stearns, Stephan.
Sterns.
All right, so Stefan, you seem very emotional right now. Explain to us.
I dropped her off. Everything looked fine when I drove away. It's the last time we saw her.
What were the conversations that y'all had in the car when you dropped her off?
Not much. She was asleep for most of the way. Told her have a good day at school when she got out, and I love her. She said thanks, love you too. That was it.
And so where do you think she could possibly be? I mean, this isn't, as I was told, this isn't normal behavior.
This is not normal behavior. She's not the type that would just run off. We don't know where she can be. And we're scared. We just want her home.
Are you, in a sense, blaming yourself?
It's hard not to.
Why?
I dropped her off early. I could have waited longer. She looked okay. She was walking towards the school when I saw her. It was like any other day, so I went on with my day. It's hard not to blame myself.
What has the conversation been with Jen since?
She's been a lot stronger than me. She's been holding it together really well, but it just keeps coming in waves. Just the reality keeps hitting. We don't know where she is. We don't know if she's safe. We're just scared. We just want her home.
Have you, like, literally put boots on the ground, went out?
Yeah, I even went out with the cops where I had dropped her off. And we looked all up and down the road, all along the communities, and there was nothing helpful. None of the cameras were pointing the street. Nothing, which in 2024 was surprising. The church across the street had some cameras, and they mentioned seeing her waiting around in the parking lot for a while before moving on, and that was it. But it was grainy. It was grainy footage, and not much else.
Does it seem like she walked west, east?
They said in the direction of the school. I'm not sure what that is.
Now to some breaking news. According to records just obtained by WESH 2, the prime suspect in Madeline Soto's case sexually abused her for almost 2 years.
Michelle Imparato joins us in studio with more on what we're learning. Michelle.
Well, Nancy and Stuart, Stefan Stearns is in jail on charges of sexual battery and possession of child pornography. And this afternoon, we obtained one of his search warrants. And according to the document, Stearns spoke with investigators after Soto was reported missing last week. He told investigators he was fine with them looking through his phone as part of the investigation, but told them he had accidentally performed a factory reset on it just the day she disappeared. Now, despite that, investigators say they were able to find pictures and videos showing he raped Madeline repeatedly as far back as August of 2022 when she was 11, and that the abuse happened in the house where he, Soto, and her mother lived. They already had evidence that he had abused her after she turned 12. Soto was 13 years old when she was reported missing on February 26th. Soto's mother told investigators that Stearns, who is her boyfriend, had dropped her off near Hunters Creek Middle School, but found out at dismissal that Soto had never made it. Investigators say evidence showed Soto was never dropped off at school. Stefan Stearns remains in jail on charges of sexual battery and child sex abuse material. Stuart, Nancy, back to you.
Sorry. It's hard.
Oh, no, you're fine. You don't need to apologize. What do you want our viewers to know when they see this?
She's a sweetheart. She's a very sweet, kind girl. Just please be nice to her. Bring her home if you find her. Tell her that we love her. Wherever she is, I hope she's okay.
I mean, if someone were to come in contact with her and you gave me her diagnoses, would it be easy to approach her without any, like, agitation or anything?
Yeah. She's a good kid. She's a good kid.
If you can sum up in one complete sentence, waking up getting ready to drop her off at school, dropping her off at school, to now speaking to me after talking to the police about her being missing for over 24 hours right now. In one complete sentence, what would that be?
A living nightmare. It's a living nightmare. Day started off like any other. And I just want to wake up and just get hit with waves of the reality. Just it's setting in. As soon as it got dark last night, we started falling apart because we knew it wasn't going to come to an end. And now we're going on 24 hours and still nothing. Just conflicting reports here and there. People say they see this or that. None of it's conclusive and none of it's helpful. We just want our baby girl back.
Tom, any questions?
No, I'm good.
Thank you.